Have you ever wondered how to tell if someone's telling you the truth about being in an open relationship or not? One of our amazing viewers wrote in and said that they get this all the time. Sometimes I sense they're not honest, she said. Is there a subtle or not so subtle way to test to make sure that the person that says they're a free agent is actually a free agent? This is Reed Mahalka from readaboutsex.com.
Kathy Vartuli from the intimacydojo.com. And just so you know, I flew in to hang out with Kathy today, and the airlines lost my bags. So all I had was my little suit bag. So you're getting me in the tux today, because that's all I got to wear.
Yeah.
Kathy, how do you know? What's the test?
Part of it is you're taking a risk with anybody because you can never guarantee someone's telling the whole truth and nothing but the truth. There's many shades of truth often. Like things could be yes and no at the same time. But what I do is if there's someone I'm really interested in, and before I have sex with them, and this doesn't work really well for a casual hookup at a play party or something, but if I'm dating someone, I insist on meeting their partner. Mm-hmm. I want to sit down and have dinner with them, the three of us, and make sure we talk verbally about what's going on.
But what if the partner doesn't want to meet you?
That does add complications. Luckily, I haven't run into that so far, so that hasn't been a problem.
What would you do?
That would make it harder, and I would have to, sometimes you're taking a risk. I try to be as thorough and as high integrity as I can for what I believe in, which is that I don't want to cheat, help someone cheat. I want to make sure that everyone's on the same page. But anytime someone said, I don't want to tell my partner, or I need to keep this secret, I don't want to go there because I don't want that drama in my life.
Okay.
But it's hard to tell. Part of it's looking at how much integrity they have in other ways and getting to know them, deciding how fast you want to dive in, how quickly.
Well, so I answered this question with Stella Harris, who does poly coaching and kink coaching up in Oregon, and it is like you have to kind of trust people, and how do you vet people, and more importantly, so there's like for me there's the okay, you're lying, like you're married, your wife doesn't know or your husband doesn't know. Then there's you're lying about being poly because you're really monogs, but maybe you're trying poly and you've misrepresented that you're great at poly.
Yeah.
Right. So there could be all
I've
kinds
been on
of
dates like that.
There can be all kinds of levels of like lying versus levels of experience.
Yes.
And then some people get nervous or want to present that they're good at this thing even when they're just starting out.
Yeah. Oh, I've done poly a lot. Well, actually, this is my first poly date.
So I've been reading about poly for 3 years, right? So there's transparency around lies. There's transparency around experience, right? So there's all and then there's like you lie because you're embarrassed to tell them the real truth. So like what kind of lies are we talking about, right? Are you deceiving your wife or your husband versus I fibbed that I'm experienced at poly, or that I say I'm poly, but really my husband cheated on me, and so we kind of were in an open relationship. Like, I guess it's really like you don't know when people are lying, and then when people are lying, like what kind of lies are they telling you?
Yeah,
and where is a good fit for you?
Yeah, finding out, kind of thinking about when does it matter to you, like at what level. If someone lied to you and they weren't in an open relationship and you found out, would that be devastating to your self-esteem and your identity? In that case, maybe take things slower and get a better feel for the person versus, wow, I asked, I verbally got an answer, I trusted the person to use their words, they lied to me, I feel like I did the best I could and I'm not going to beat myself up for the rest of my life about it. So what is the impact on you about the individual choices you're making and what they might be telling the truth about?
Mm-hmm. And, for the record, if you don't know this about me already, I grew up in a family where one of my parents lied for a lot of different reasons. So I have a no lying policy around, and what I mean by lying is if you withhold information for your gain and my detriment, or you tell me something, not true for your gain and my detriment, that's the kind of lie that it's just we're over, you can't recover from that. Versus, I surprised you with a question and you just lied because
if you clean it up quickly.
Yeah, because if you clean it up, then for me, and you get to set your own levels and where this works for you, but like if you clean something up, you know, you promised that we were going to go see this movie together, you forgot, and you went with somebody else, and then I'm like, oh, so are you ready to go? You know, go see such and such, and you're like, and I'm like, you haven't seen it, have you? And you're like, no, I haven't seen it. And then you clean it up. That's a different kind of lie. Yeah. Although, if it was a really good movie, was that really for your gain and my detriment? So it's interesting. I mean, it's an interesting question. Mm-hmm. How do you check to verify if somebody's partner or secondaries or whatever are okay? Like I said in the video with Stella, I'm like, can you get them on the phone? Like, let me ask them.
Or an email or something.
Yeah. So again, like, there's no right or wrong answer, but there's also kind of a way for you to orient, like, what makes you feel good about yourself, and also doesn't have you worrying on the third date if they've been lying to you this whole time.
Yeah.
And I know some people who've gotten seriously burned in monogamous relationships as well, with people lying in relationships.
Yeah.
Leave your comments. What are your thoughts on all this?
How do you do it?
We threw a lot at you.